Hello there, it's Jake and Paul, and we're off on a road trip to find some barn find buses. Come on, come and join us.
Our journey took us many miles from our regular spot in Kent. Now, just a little reminder, and I'm sure you weren't going to do this anyway, but if you do happen to know the location that these buses are in, please don't let anybody else know, because obviously things like preserved buses, we need to be very mindful of their security. We don't want people knowing where they are and then urban explorers and vandals and thieves and all sorts getting in, do we? Thank you, you are an absolute star.
So we've come to this unknown location, haven't we?
Yes, nobody knows where it is.
Nobody knows where it is.
We do, because we're here.
We do, because we're here, that's right. We found it, but we've had a tip off, and look, what can we see?
A bustle.
Or bustle, a little bit of a booty sticking out, isn't there? Oh, now look. JKE 338E. It's a Maidstone Corporation Leyland Atlantean. In fact, there is still the number on the back of it, isn't it? What do you think on this, Paul?
She's a beaut.
She is, isn't she?
Very rare bodywork as well.
Very rare, isn't she? Yeah. But look at these. And what do we spot round there? It's a rather nice Mercedes-Benz there as well, isn't there? And Maidstone District. There's another one. Look at that. That's amazing.
What are the chances?
What are the chances? Maidstone Corporation 38. Absolutely beautiful. Should we go and have a look on board, shall we? Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, okay. Wow, so this is the interior of former Maidstone 38. Now this is a Leyland Atlantean PDR1, I believe, with Massey bodywork. And this is just an absolute time capsule, isn't it? Absolute time capsule. I shall put some information about it as well, where it served and who it served with. But isn't it beautiful? And there's so much room in the scene. And now look, I'm 6'2", and my hand is up here. How huge is this? These are about 14'8" high. There's an original Maidstone Corporation timetable in the timetable case. And there we go, look. Metal frame body by Massey Brothers of Pemberton. Coach Builders of Wigan, which of course Massey became part of Northern Counties, and these do have that Northern Counties look to them, don't they? And this is the upper deck, and a lot of Atlanteans, and indeed fleet lines for that matter, had the massive sliding vent at the back, and that was obviously in those days people smoked, didn't they? And all that would let out all the fumes, all the cigarette smoke. Oh look, Vicky says hi too. Lots of original graffiti. Max and Don, Jack and Nick. I hope these people are now repenting and living a civilised life and feel incredibly guilty for their maybe one opportunity of graffitiing a bus. It'd be interesting to see what they're doing with their life now, wouldn't it? So these push-out windows, look at these. Now on the VR, obviously the push-out windows go that way. But look at this, look. They pull in. Isn't that a much better design? Because the water will just run down off of there and drip down. Whereas on a VR, it comes in through all sorts of weird and wonderful places. Look at this. This is absolutely amazing. I'm in love. Absolutely in love.
So JKE 338E was built in 1967 for Maidstone Corporation. Now please be mindful that this picture is of JKE 335E, which is a different bus but of the same batch. It's got Massey bodywork and has 43 seats upstairs and 31 seats downstairs, giving a total of 74 seat capacity. These Leyland Atlanteans were purchased to mainly replace the trolley buses that served Maidstone at the time, and introduced a nice bright fresh livery of Fiesta blue and cream. There were a total of 20 Leyland Atlanteans that were delivered between 1965 and 1968 that had Massey bodywork. The remaining 8 had Northern Counties bodywork, and these arrived in 1971 and 1972. In 1974, Maidstone Corporation became Maidstone Borough Council and started on a programme of replacing double-decker buses with lightweight single-decker buses, namely Bedfords. This freed up some of the Atlanteans to be hired to London Country during their vehicle shortages, and I did a video on this at an earlier date, and I will try and put a little link to it in the top right hand corner. However, neither 38 or 34 were loaned to London Country. JKE was withdrawn in 1978, and by April 1978 it had been sold to Ensign of Essex, the famous bus dealer. By that May, it was in the hands of Theobalds of Long Melford in Suffolk, who owned it all the way through to April 1991, when it passed to Beestons of Hadley, another well-known independent bus operator. And it was thought that they never actually operated it. It didn't actually stay there very long, because in October that year, it moved down to Haven Coaches down in New Haven on the Sussex coast. And it's the livery of Haven Coaches, or Haven Bus, that it wears today, the silver and blue, which is identical to Ensign's livery. Its stay at Haven Bus wasn't particularly long either, as it passed into preservation in January 1992, and although in August 1993 it was up for sale, it's still owned by these original owners, who've done a fantastic job of just storing it up and keeping it dry and safe and undercover.
Oh look, and this is Maidstone Corporation 34 EKP 234C. So that one over there is from 1967, 68. Yeah, and this is 65, this one. And this was formerly, latterly, with Wallace Arnold as a mobile control unit. Look at that. See those plates on the side is what they'd use to slow the things on, the destinations of the coaches on. And look, it's still this Wallace Arnold livery. Look at this. Complete with their logo on the side. Should we go and have a look on this one, shall we? Ooh. No, there's some batteries there. It's coincidental, isn't it? It's the cab. Rather nice maquette. All the switch panels behind. Look at that, how arcade. So retro, isn't it? That is just so beautiful and retro. Look, this has got this.
All the light fittings are quite.
They are, aren't they? Yeah. It's got
neat.
no seats in this one, because I say it was used as a luggage store, come office, come crew restroom, come coach transfer point. I remember this coach actually at Medway Services. Oh, look, Bristol VR seats. I wonder if they'd notice if they went missing. Windows all panelled over. And that's where, I say, that's the outside where they used to have all the coach departure boards and everything. That little retro lens in the back window.
I've seen that, yeah.
That's amazing, isn't it? Even the bells are still in place and everything. The seat boxes are still there as well. Fully carpeted. Can't be many carpeted Leyland Atlanteans around, can there, really? Should we have a little look upstairs? Right, so there we go. We're now on the upper deck. Got the little broken window there, but that would be a little office at the back, I assume, wouldn't it? Lots of seats, yeah. Lots of seats in here, stored up here. Suitcase, going on holiday? Yeah.
Even these,
Look at those, yeah, those vents. They're just so retro, aren't they? So beautiful. It's almost like they date from the 30s, don't they? They're just so stunning, absolutely stunning. And all the formica is in place still and everything.
So, oh, there's the old DMS company.
Oh yeah.
DMS buses had there.
Yeah.
At the front.
Yeah, you said, you sort of mentioned when you came up, didn't you? You said it reminds you of an old railway carriage with that.
It does,
dog.
yeah. The old, I can't know what class they are because I'm not a train buff, but they were very sort of 70s, 80s railway that had in North London.
Let's have a little peek through the door, shall we? See what's up there. It's all solid, isn't it? Let's have a little peek. Have a little look through the door, folks. What can you see? I think this used to be a little office in there. A few more seats in there, isn't there? Bit of the ceiling starting to peel off in there. But it's only paint, isn't it? It's only paint. It's only paint.
They're fiberglass front, are
They are fiberglass domes, yeah. Fiberglass front and rear domes, yeah.
I've got carpet on it. I'd say
It's posh, isn't it? Carpet, yeah.
I'd say a lot easier to repair.
Yeah.
Like Willowbrook, you have to take that whole panel off the front.
That's right, yeah,
It's a lot
yeah.
easier to repair that.
Single skin, so I think it's, I don't know, it might not be no, it's not fiberglass, it's aluminium.
Is it aluminium? That's even easier.
Yeah,
Well, that's
single
like the
skin.
guy then.
Yeah,
That's
single skin
skin.
aluminium, yeah.
You can always, if you get someone to do that thing with that machine to roll the metal into a shape.
It does,
It's
it puts on it, yeah, that's right.
Put
Yeah.
the panel, especially near side.
It's easier when it's like that, isn't it, to repair in our experience, isn't it? Yeah. So there we go. Shall we go and have a little look outside on this one? Here we are, basking in the sun. This is Maidstone Corporation 34. Look at this. It's like a time capsule, isn't it? Absolutely like a time capsule. We're in the cab of 34, in a proper Leyland Atlantean driving position. You've got all the light switches and main switches down there for the cab, indicator switch, just conveniently out of range, you know. The gear selector and everything like that. So yeah, it's all yeah, that works. It's all a little bit stiff, where it has not been used for a while. Same steering wheel as the Leopard, and the same sign as well. Look, Cyclic gearbox. We've seen that on the Leopard, haven't we?
Now, like 38, 34 is a Leyland Atlantean PDR 1/1 Mark II and is also bodied by Massey, and when new had the 43 seats upstairs and the 31 seats downstairs in the same configuration as her sister bus. However, this bus was delivered earlier, in December 1965 to be exact, and again was used to replace the trolley buses. And again, please note that due to copyright, I've had to use a picture of one of 34's sister buses. In March 1977, 34 was sold to Ensign, who sold it later that month onto Boones of Boreham, which is near Chelmsford in Essex. During its stay with Boones, it gained an extra 3 seats downstairs, and was with Boones for 11 years until March 1988, when it passed to the Chelmsford Royals Majorettes, who were also based in Chelmsford. And this was to be the start of its non-PSV career, and from here on it led a slightly nomadic life, unfortunately, with the poor old bus being passed from pillar to post for a little while. It was sold to Sheila's Cafe by March 1990, but then, just over a year later, it was passed to Crewkern Furniture Emporium of Crewkern, who turned it into a mobile showroom for their office furniture. But by June 1994, this old lady had passed to Wallace Arnold of Leeds as a publicity vehicle and a control vehicle, as I mentioned before, and she was converted to have 8 seats upstairs and 6 seats downstairs. Almost minibus capacity, isn't it? Now, I remember seeing this old girl up at the Medway services on a very regular basis in the late 1990s, and it looked quite smart, in all fairness. Maybe the paintwork was a little bit flat, but it still looked good in the Wallace Arnold colours. She was withdrawn by Wallace Arnold and sold in June 2001 and entered non-PSV work in Maidstone yet again. However, she later passed into preservation, having seemingly dodged the bullet or the scrapyard many times.
So what do you reckon then, Paul? Do you reckon we could get these going?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Get a jerry can, a bit of fuel, make sure there's no loose hoses, and then give it a go.
Yeah, we'll do that next time, shall we? We've had a long day today. We've
It's
been,
long way to go back now.
yeah, so yeah, well, it's a long way to go.
Bits off.
Drop everything off, and then we'll come back at a later date. And maybe if you'd like to see a video of us getting these old Atlanteans started and running,
And hopefully
moving. So if you like the idea of that and you'd like to see these old girls running, like and share, subscribe. You know it all. You know what the score is. So
what you got to do.
you know what you got to do. You know you got to do it. So yes, and we will show you more around these at a later date. This is just a short taster of what's around, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
You know, this is just the tip of the iceberg, just the tip. So thank you very
all
much.
the spares that we got.
Oh yeah. They got a loft upstairs, not on the Atlantean, because that'd be something quite special.
That'd be
wouldn't
Harry
it?
Potter bus.
Yeah, that would be Harry Potter bus. Yeah, they haven't got a loft on the Atlantean, and they haven't got a cellar on the other one, have they? But they've got. That'd be interesting, a bus with a cellar. But yes, these are very special, and we will be making a return to these in a few months' time. So stay tuned.
Massey only built 32 bodies on rear engine bodywork, and I think that was something like one Daimler Fleet line and the rest were all Leyland Atlanteans, so these are incredibly rare survivors. If you enjoyed this episode, please like and share it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss part 2 of this exciting story of these two very, very rare Leyland Atlanteans. Now all money raised by YouTube goes to the upkeep and continued preservation of the Southern Counties Omnibus Collections buses. And who knows, it might even go to the upkeep and restoration of these two Atlanteans too. Wouldn't that be fantastic? So if you want to see more with these buses, like and share. Thanks ever so much for watching. Bye for now.